from the 5th chapter of In Love at Ease. This chapter is called At Ease, and it's all about how Pramukh Swami, the spiritual leader, was always at ease. To be at ease, one must put in the hard work without seeking external validation. Though Swamishri was timid in his early years, his guru's agna, his guru's commanding vision to guide the community, called for a strong social skill. Swamishri became an extremely social person over time. He liked being around people, and he liked to be there for them. One of Swamishri's greatest skills was that he could start a conversation with anyone. The diverse span of people that he could relate to was as impressive as the length and depth of each conversation. He knew how to talk about cattle and crops with rural farmers, education and social policy with community leaders, and theology and pluralism with religious leaders. Swamishri did not work on being accepting and warm. Rather, and an important distinction, he only worked on following his guru's agna. This was enough to let the rest flow on its own, such that the charisma and warmth that touched the hearts of millions came as a natural consequence. I recall a conversation with Swamishri in Gondal in which we discussed everything from baseball, video games, broadcast journalism, the United States Middle East policies, and even the bhakti poetry and music of Bhagwan Swaminarayan's poet sadhus. Swamishri's ability to transition seamlessly between each topic from various sensory, generational, and disciplinary realms taught me how to carry a conversation with almost anyone. It was the reason why millions like me felt at ease in sharing their life, including its joys and sorrows, with Swamishri. There were numerous skills that Swamishri worked to perfect. Swamishri learned how to cook, build mandirs, purchase stone and marble for mandir building, farm in a sustainable and profitable manner for the mandir, care for animals, survey land, and even work on his public speaking. His bhaktas, his devotees, will tell you that Swamishri organically learned these qualities and skills over the years. Some may also say that the Guru is paripurna, or complete with all skills by the grace of the divine. Anyone who has observed Swamishri closely and knows that he worked hard to learn certain languages. Anyone who has observed Swamishri closely knows that he worked hard to learn certain languages, technology, and foreign customs. Swamishri did not take knowledge for granted. He worked to gain and maintain it. One small example witnessed by the sadhus in Mumbai shows Swamishri's determination to learn and perfect along the way. During the summer months in India, the murtis of a mandir are adorned in ornaments made entirely of sandalwood paste. That paste is gathered off the murtis and then collected in a small vessel. During the morning sabhas, assemblies, the sadhus, the monks, would gather the sandalwood and make a compact goti, sticks, of that sanctified sandalwood so that they could use it for their daily tilak on their forehead. Swamishri asked the sadhus to pass him some sandalwood paste so that he could make sticks during the katha as well. It is not an easy process. The soft sandalwood is shaped by repeatedly pounding it on a flat wooden board or stone slab. As the sandalwood dries, it retains the rectangular shape and forms into a stick. Swamishri started making the sticks, but was having some difficulty since he had not done this seva, this selfless service, in a while. He tried his best that day. The next morning, in Sabha, he He joined the sadhus on the floor and started to make the sticks alongside them. His eyes were on a young Parshad, Ramji Bhagat, who was masterfully shaping the sticks with a swift and meticulous thud. Several sadhus noticed Swamishri's eyes carefully observing the young Parshad and following his method. Swamishri spent the next 2 days sitting on the floor with his disciples so that he could perfect his method of making sandalwood sticks. Now, imagine the effort he must have had put in to learn some of his more frequently used skills. To be at ease is to accept strengths and limitations and to improve upon one's shortcomings. To be at ease is to handle pressure and anxiety with a smile. Swamishri was at ease because he had an established plan to deal with stressful situations. I have shared many interactions in previous chapters where Swamishri has maintained his composure and equilibrium while dealing with difficult and even life-threatening situations. Here, I highlight Swamishri's method. Swamishri had a 5-step plan to be at ease. First, Swamishri tackled difficult moments by chanting his mantra, which was the Swaminarayan mantra, which his Ishta Devata, Swaminarayan, gets his name. It's actually funny. Swami is a title. Swaminarayan sounds like a name of a person. But the being called Swaminarayan in this tradition actually got that name because he made this mantra famous. And the mantra was just Swaminarayan, 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 Swaminarayan. In the moments immediately after the terrorist attack on the Swaminarayan Akshardham in Gandhinagar, or the fire in the sanctum of the Swaminarayan Akshardham, New Delhi, Swamishri realigned himself by focusing on the divine through chanting and praying. In the Vachanamrut, Gadhada 156, which we have read before and is in a dedicated playlist on the YouTube channel, Bhagwan Swaminarayan instructs his disciples to loudly chant the name of the divine whenever they are in a difficult situation. Second, Swamishri immediately turned to the understanding that the divine is the all-doer and that he would resolve the difficulty. Not only did Swamishri lay the credit of success at the divine's feet, but he also left the burden of failure and difficulty there. Third, Swamishri focused on remembering that he is the Atman, the soul, the self, the true being separate from mind and body, and that no pain or suffering can damage or hurt the Atman. This line of thinking helped Swamishri maintain stability and draw strength from within. Fourth, Swamishri listened to all of the involved parties, gathered opposing or overlooked perspectives, and assessed the situation before making a decision. And finally, Swamishri responded in a calm and collected manner, informed by the prior 4 steps, which instilled confidence and a spirit of camaraderie in all those around him. Swamishri did not react. He responded. Through this 5-step plan, Swamishri remained sharp, objective, poised, and focused while dealing with crises. It allowed him to distance himself from the situation and the immediate players to examine the larger effects and make an informed decision. So, see if we're good listeners. What are these 5 steps? Step 1, for him it was chanting. Chanting, prayer, remembrance of the divine. Step 2, he remembered that the divine is the all-doer. All is in his command. Third, he recognized himself to be the Atman, the true self, separate from the body and mind, Fourth, he gathered perspectives from everyone involved, especially the overlooked. And lastly, by remaining calm, he made an informed decision based on all of these prior steps. That was his 5-step plan to being at ease. Swamishri had once flown into New Delhi to examine the ongoing construction of the Swaminarayan Akshardham. After touring each and every corner of the bustling complex with stress-inducing stone piles as high as several stories, Swamishri sat down for a spiritual discussion with the sadhus. He began by addressing the elephant in the room. No matter how many stones are piled up on the outside, in my heart, I do not feel the weight of a single piece of gravel. We should aim for that in life. Prayer, submission to the divine, drawing strength from the infinite Atman, true self, informing himself, and then responding in a measured manner were the key steps in Swamishri's plan to be at ease amid stressful situations. Prayer, submission to the divine, drawing strength from the infinite Atman, informing himself, and responding in a measured manner. Thank you for listening. We'll pause our reading of In Love, at Ease, there for now.